Imagine a world where everyone is flawless, where no one makes mistakes, no one fails, and no one has weaknesses. Sounds ideal, right? But here's the truth. Perfection is an illusion. It doesn't exist. And the more we chase it, the more we suffer. Take Emma. She spent years trying to be the perfect version of herself, always saying the right things, looking the right way, and never showing weakness. From the outside, she seemed to have it all together, but inside, she felt exhausted, anxious, and disconnected. No matter how hard she tried, she never felt enough. Then one day, she met someone who changed her perspective. An old mentor told her, "The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be real." That was the moment she realized her endless pursuit of perfection wasn't making her better. It was making her miserable. The Stoics believed that perfection is not in being flawless, but in accepting our imperfections. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." True peace comes not from trying to be perfect, but from accepting who we are, flaws and all. Have you ever felt pressured to be perfect? How did it affect you? Drop a comment below. Let's talk about it. If perfection is an illusion, why do we chase it? The answer is simple. Society tells us to. We are bombarded with images of flawless success, ideal relationships, and unattainable standards. But what happens when we buy into these unrealistic expectations? Meet Jake. He scrolled through social media every day, seeing people living perfect lives, six-figure careers, luxury vacations, picture-perfect relationships. And in comparison, his own life felt small. No matter what he achieved, it never seemed to measure up. What Jake didn't see was the reality behind those curated images. The struggles, the failures, the moments of doubt. He was comparing his behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." The expectations we place on ourselves, often shaped by external influences, create unnecessary suffering. Instead of striving for an impossible ideal, why not focus on becoming a better version of ourselves day by day? Psychologists call this the comparison trap. Studies show that people who constantly compare themselves to others experience higher levels of anxiety and lower self-esteem. Why? Because comparison is a game you can never win. Have you ever caught yourself comparing your life to someone else's online? How did it make you feel? Let me know in the comments. If perfection is unattainable and comparison only leads to suffering, what's the alternative? The answer is self-acceptance. Learning to embrace who you are, not just your strengths, but your flaws too, is the key to true peace. There's a story about a Japanese practice called kintsugi. When a piece of pottery breaks, instead of discarding it, artisans repair it using gold, highlighting the cracks rather than hiding them. The idea is simple. Imperfections don't make something worthless, they make it unique. Now imagine if we applied that philosophy to ourselves. What if, instead of seeing our flaws as weaknesses, we saw them as part of what makes us who we are? Epictetus reminds us, first say to yourself what you would be and then do what you have to do. Self-acceptance doesn't mean settling. It means acknowledging where you are so you can grow from there. Studies show that people who practice self-acceptance have lower stress levels, stronger relationships, and higher overall happiness. Why? Because they're not constantly battling themselves. What's one trait about yourself that you've struggled to accept? Let's start a conversation in the comments. What if that trait is actually part of what makes you special? Self-acceptance is only half of the equation. If we want to live a peaceful life, we must also learn to respect others for who they are, not who we expect them to be. There's a story of two childhood friends, Adam and Ryan. They were inseparable growing up, but as they got older, they took different paths. Adam became a corporate executive, while Ryan pursued a life of art and minimalism. Over time, Adam found himself judging Ryan's choices. Why doesn't he aim higher? He thought. Meanwhile, Ryan looked at Adam's fast-paced life and thought, why doesn't he slow down? One day they met for coffee after years apart. As they talked, Adam realized Ryan was truly happy in his simplicity, and Ryan saw that Adam found fulfillment in his ambition. They had been judging each other through their own lenses, forgetting that happiness looks different for everyone. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You always own the option of having no opinion." We waste so much energy trying to change others when, in reality, the greatest gift we can give them is acceptance. Psychologists say that mutual respect strengthens relationships, reduces conflict, and fosters deeper connections. The happiest people are those who embrace diversity, not just in culture, but in thoughts, perspectives, and ways of life. Have you ever judged someone for being different? Or have you ever felt judged for who you are? Let's talk about it in the comments. Moment we stop chasing perfection, both in ourselves and in others, is the moment we unlock true freedom. We stop wasting energy on impossible standards and start living life on our own terms. There was a man named David who spent his entire life trying to meet other people's expectations. He wanted to be the perfect son, the perfect friend, the perfect employee. No matter what he did, he felt like he was never enough. One day, an elderly neighbor gave him unexpected advice. She said, "The happiest people I know aren't perfect. They're just honest about who they are." That was the turning point. David stopped trying to be everything to everyone. Instead, he focused on being himself. And for the first time in his life, he felt at peace. Seneca said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." Most of our struggles come from the pressure we put on ourselves. But the moment we let go of the need for perfection, we create space for something greater: joy, growth, and genuine connection. So here's the challenge. Accept yourself, flaws, and all. And just as importantly, respect others for who they are. The more we embrace imperfection, the more we open the door to a truly peaceful life. What's one thing about yourself that you're ready to embrace today? Share it in the comments. Let's support each other in this journey. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Let's continue growing together, one lesson at a time.